Salaam I, everybody, welcome to Thirsty Soul. It's been a while. You're joining me in a different location of my house. Now joining me in my bedroom. So yeah, the struggles of trying to find good lighting and, to be honest, being in the freezing cold. I'd rather be in bed today. So thank you for tuning in. Before I get started on the contents of my video, I'd like to just mention that I'm doing a sponsored walk with Interpal for Palestine. Why have I just lost my train of thought? Yeah, I'm doing a sponsored walk for Palestine up the Yorkshire Dales, inshallah, in 2 weeks' time. I would really appreciate any donations, no matter how small or how large. Nothing is small enough, nothing is big enough. Most of us are aware of the horrible situation going on there with the constant settlements and yeah. So I guess if all we can do is just to make life easier for them, this is for the winter appeal, so it's to buy, things like coats for children and things like that. So yeah, please donate if you can. So getting to the contents of the video today, I'd like to talk about the struggles and also the advantages, in a way, of being an independent Muslim woman. Trying to make it out here, the independent Muslim woman. It's some hard stuff, and yeah. So in my personal journey, what kind of made me I guess start to believe or see myself as an independent Muslim woman was when I moved away from London and I moved to a small town in northern England. And when I moved out, I really felt that, ooh, I'm a bit different here. When I was in London, I never really saw myself as kind of different, because most mosques you go to in London, there's lots of single Muslim women, it's not a big deal. But moving here, where I am now, yeah, it's a big difference. In the Muslim community, most people are in family units, so being a single Muslim woman who's not with a family is very, very odd. And I got a lot of questions like, but don't you want to get married? But doesn't your family love you? Or how could your parents let you go? And it's like, well, at the end of the day, everybody's situation in life is different. I don't think a lot of Muslims actually realise that, even, let's say that's what I wanted, not everybody's even in that luxury position to just, some people, yeah, to be in a position to live at home. Sometimes some of us have to move away from work. Everybody's in a different circumstance in life. I chose to move for career prospects, and there are lots of Muslim women who move for different reasons, but it is still quite stigmatized in our communities. And then on the other hand, in the non-Muslim community, I felt quite isolated as well, because a lot of people I met had never met a black Muslim, were quite ignorant about Islam, were quite ignorant about blackness as well. I had people calling me Negro, I think it was, and coloured and things like that, and having to educate people on some things. And we all like to be friends with people who we can relate to, not people we have to explain ourselves to all the time. So it was really quite difficult, and I had a lot of times last year where I was just really down and really upset, and I just, I was just questioning myself, have I made the right decision? If only I had done this, if only I had done that, if only I hadn't. And you just start tormenting yourself, and then what's that phrase, when you're idle or something, idle is the devil's work. When you're kind of by yourself, it's so easy to get those negative thoughts. You don't have anybody to challenge them, you don't have a lot of distractions either. So yeah, it was really tough. There were times where I wouldn't see another human being for 3 days, and for me that's a big deal. I mean, no other human being. Most of us, if we're like, yeah, I haven't been out in 3 days, we still have our parents at home or somebody at home, and it was really difficult. But alhamdulillah, now it's not, I'm living with my sibling now, so it's not as bad in a sense. But at the same time, I think it's really opened my eyes to a lot of things. You know, it's really opened my eyes to myself and my needs. And that's in a way part of the positive side, you know. Getting to the pros now is that when you live by yourself, you get to know yourself a lot more. You know, if you can be your own company and be comfortable in your own company, I think that really does show a lot of growth and really does show a lot of strength in you as a person. So, you know, if anybody follows me on Instagram, for example, you'll see I write a lot of poetry. I'm constantly reflecting on my thoughts about politics, about history, about myself, about the different emotions I go through. You know, and I don't think living in London I would have ever done that. Like, sometimes I'm just walking home from work and I just look, you know, at the sunset, and a poem comes into my head and I just start thinking, you know, I've become such a kind of hippie reflective person. You know, in London you're so busy, you're on the go, you're in the tube, you're pushing people, nobody has time to be sitting there reflecting on the beautiful sky. So I've really appreciated that part of it, and I've bought so many books over the last few months. I've been reading, trying to use this time to expand my knowledge on, you know, different subject areas that I'm interested in, and it's been really amazing to have the time to do that. So yeah, it's been really good. But one thing I would like to say is that, you know, sometimes independence is overrated, because on the other hand, some people say, oh my god, you're so lucky, you can do what you want, you can go here, you can go there. And in a way I have been lucky in the sense of, you know, I could just, and I do it sometimes, just pat my hands and be like, yeah, I want to go to this country, I want to do this, I want to go on holiday here. I am free to do whatever I want, but it's not always easy. That freedom comes with a lot of responsibility, it comes with a lot of obligations, and you have to work hard to get those freedoms. And that's something I didn't understand when I was younger. You know, I just could not wait to get out and be that and do this and do that, and I didn't understand all the responsibilities that would be involved, you know, in being independent. So I think there's also that aspect of it, that actually, you know what you're getting into if you are in that stage of your life. Know that, you know, with that freedom comes responsibility, basically. But yeah, like, I just wanted to, you know, talk about my experiences, and for any Muslim women who are going through that at the moment, or women in general that are going through that, feeling like they have to be, you know, in a certain place, whether they have to be in a relationship or live with their family, or they have to live in a certain place, you know, live your life, do what you want to do, because I feel like your 20s are all about growing, you know, and building that future that you want for yourself later on in life. And nothing is right or wrong. If you want to get married early, if you want to raise a family, if you want to be independent, if you want to travel the world, whatever your journey in life is, I feel like you should be free to do it, you know. Live your life and take the opportunities that are given to you, because so many women out here do not have any of the opportunities that we have. So that's all I wanted to say today. Thank you so much for listening to me, and please, again, just a reminder about my sponsored walk. If you can donate anything, it will be much appreciated. Thank you. Bye.